Hello, this is Alan. I'm a TAE tutor, and this short presentation is to help clarify some vet jargon, being packages, packaging, and unpacking. A couple of points that I'll be covering off will be what is a training package and what it isn't, what are packaging rules and why do they exist, and what is meant by unpacking a unit of competency. And before we finish, talk about the relationship between these words of packages, packaging, and unpacking. So the three words, packages, packaging, unpacking. First thing we'll look at is packages. Packages relate to training packages. Training packages are developed by industry for industry. A training package will cover the requirements of an industry sector, and not all training packages are the same size. What do we do when we get a package? We will open it. When we open up this training package, it's a container, and what it will contain are some components, the components being qualifications and skill sets, units of competency, and assessment requirements, and credit arrangements. To access a training package, we can go to training.gov.au, and that's what we'll do now. We'll go and have a look at training.gov.au. And so I'm showing you here now a search function in training.gov.au. I'm just going to now search for all training packages that are current. And here is a list of, as of today, there are 54 results, meaning there are 54 current training packages. And if we just scroll down, we can access any of these by using the link of the code, and that will take us to the training package. At this one here, laboratory operations, I happen to know that's actually an example of a small training package. Let's have a look at it. So I've just used that link. I'm gone here. We are now looking at laboratory operations training package. If we scroll down in this training package, it shows us that there are 5 qualifications in total. In regards to skill sets, there are 9 skill sets, and we go down a little bit further with the units of competency, and it tells us there's 101 units of competency. We can access all parts of a training package through the link of the codes. I'll now go back to the list of training packages, and let's quickly have a look at a large training package, and that's the transport and logistics training package. I know that that happens to be an example of a large one. So now this is the transport and logistics training package. Again, we'll scroll down, we'll have a look at the qualifications. So I think you can now begin to see how this list is bigger than the laboratory operations list. We have certificate 1, there's quite a few certificate 2s, certificate 3s, certificate 4s. There's some diplomas and 2 advanced diplomas. In regards to skill sets, this is the list of skill sets. We'll go down this table, tells us there's 118 skill sets in this training package. And then these are the units of competency. Again, we go to the bottom of this table, and it tells us that in this training package, there are 672 units of competency. Okay, let's go back and have a look at a bit of a summary slide to show you an example of a small and a big training package. So the laboratory operations, it had 5 qualifications, 9 skill sets, and there were 101 units. The example of a large or big training package is the transport and logistics training package, and it has 49 qualifications, 118 skill sets, and 672 units. So I think that helps to compare that not all training packages are the same size. So what is a training package and what isn't a training package? Now, a training package is a large document. It can be thousands of pages long. As I would normally say, is if you stumble across one, don't press print. You'll probably find that your printer will run out of paper and ink pretty quickly without actually printing the entire document. So it's a very large document. The training package will specify qualifications, skill sets, the competency standards of an industry sector. It has been developed and endorsed through a process of national consultation with industry, and we access all training packages via the training.gov.au website. What it isn't, a training package isn't training materials. We will find no training materials in a training package. What the training package does, it specifies an outcome. So you could think of it as being the outcome that would be achieved, we would hope, at the end of the training, but we definitely will not find anything about training in the training package. So that is what a training package is, and also what it isn't. Let's have a look at the next word, and that is packaging. So all qualifications in the Australian vet system, they have been designed to cover the requirements to perform an occupation or a job function. So for example, if you're wanting to train a cafe worker, the qualification would be Certificate 2 in hospitality. If you wanted to train a person to be a carpenter, then the qualification would be a Certificate 3 in carpentry. And if you're wanting to train a person to be a trainer assessor to work for an RTO, then that would be a Certificate 4 in training and assessment. Now, let's just focus on one of these at the moment, and that'll be for the cafe worker and a Certificate 2 in hospitality. We access all qualifications via the training.gov.au website. So let's go back to training.gov.au website, and I'll bring up a search function, and I can just search by a code. Happen to have the code for the Certificate 2 in hospitality here. So we are now looking at the Certificate 2 in hospitality. All qualifications follow the same structure. It's all within the same template, so the same sort of information we would find. It tells us this qualification is from the SIT training package of tourism, travel and hospitality. And we just go down to the main part of this, and we have then a description of the qualification and an indication of its target audience, entry requirements, and then the packaging rules. So here we find the packaging rules for the qualification. Now, for this qualification, a person will require a total of 12 units. So the packaging rules will tell us the total number of units that are required. In this case, it's 12. That 12 is made up of 6 core units that must be covered in the qualification and 6 electives. And it tells us some information about how do we select those elective units. Okay. Let me now, let me go back to the PowerPoint slides. So now, just to compare that with packaging rules. So all packaging rules will tell us total number of units required, number of core, the number of electives. And on screen now, I have 4 qualifications. These are all from the same training package, from the Transport and Logistics training package, but they are at different qualification levels. So we have a Certificate 2, 3, 4, and a diploma. Now, just the numbers, 1459, 14-12, 16-14, 12-66. Now, these numbers are the qualifications packaging rules, and don't look for a pattern, don't have an expectation of what the numbers would be. We'd always have to go back to the qualifications and read what are the packaging rules. Now, I'm going to just move now to another table. Now, this table is, again, qualifications from the same training package. So this is the Transport and Logistics training package that I'm using as an example. This time, these are 4 qualifications at the same qualification level. So these are all 4 Certificate 4s. And the numbers for supply chain operation, 16-14 for mobile crane operations, 20, 13, 7, train driver, 21, 17, 4, and a motor vehicle driver training. So they're the people that train our learner drivers, 12, 12, 0. Now, this last one is actually interesting. There's only a small number of qualifications in the vet system that have no electives. In this case, the total of 12, and all of them are core. If this occurs, it's usually because it's a highly regulated job, as this job is. And also, just on the screen, you can see that, again, one qualification at a certificate 4 has 12 units, and then another one has 21. So significantly difference in the total number. So not all units are the same. Okay, so qualification packaging rules. We need to be aware that there are prerequisite units. So when we are selecting elective units, if there's a prerequisite unit, then that must also be selected. Why do we have qualification packaging rules? The first reason would be to provide flexibility. Not all workplaces have the same requirements, so the packaging rules allow to select units that would make sense for a particular job at a particular workplace. However, we don't want too much flexibility. We need to maintain integrity of what that qualification is trying to achieve, the vocational outcome. So we still want a person to be able to perform the job or the occupation that they are being trained to do. So that is the two reasons why we have packaging rules: for flexibility, but also to maintain integrity. Now, there's an increasing number of qualifications with specifications. That means you have the same code and title of the qualification, but a very different vocational outcome. This can lead to additional complexity when using the packaging rules. Now, the next thing about unpacking, it's a term that is commonly used, but before we do look at that term, let's quickly have a look at the definition of competency. Competency is a consistent application of knowledge and skills to the standard of performance required in the workplace. It embodies the ability to transfer and apply skills and knowledge to new situations and environments. Now, this definition comes from the standards for RTOs. There's a glossary of terms so that we all can work from the same definition. In this definition, I'm just going to highlight 4 words: knowledge, skill, performance, and workplace. Now, I'm going to carry these 4 words over to explore what is a unit of competency. So a unit of competency is a documented specification of the knowledge, skills, and performance that is required in the workplace. A unit is also often known as a competency standard, and all units are building blocks for qualifications and skill sets. So the term unpacking. So we'll have a look inside of what a unit of competency is. And when we look inside, we'll find an application statement, an element of performance criteria, foundation skills, knowledge evidence, performance evidence, and assessment conditions. In later videos, I'll have a look at giving an example about unpacking a unit of competency. At this stage, I'll just say that with unpacking a unit of competency, it will often mean we have to read and analyse what the unit is providing us in information. We will interpret and contextualise the unit. We will often need to use plain English to communicate what the training content is going to be. We need to reconstruct what the unit is so that the learners can also understand in a step-by-step manner what work tasks they need to perform, and make a link of knowledge and skills to each of those steps. Why do we unpack a unit? What happens after we've unpacked a unit? What happens is we then use our understanding of what is the requirement of that unit of competency to then design and develop assessment, and design and develop training. Now, in conclusion, there isn't really a direct relationship between training packages, packaging rules, and unpacking. They are semi-related in that everything is contained within a training package, but packaging rules relate to really a qualification. And unpacking a unit, well, yes, units are building blocks for qualifications and skill set, but it's a different thing that we're doing when we are unpacking a unit. So it can be confusing for particularly new people to the Australian vet system that we've got this word pack in 3 different terms that we regularly use, but they don't really directly relate. Just to let you know that I publish quite a bit of information on my website, which is ontargetworkskills.com. So if you're wanting more information about various topics relating to vocational education and training, and this, in particular, Certificate 4 in Training Assessment, please feel free to go to my website and have a look the information that's provided there. Also, for a number of years now, I've been tutoring people doing their Certificate 4 in Training Assessment. So whether it's the TAE 40116 qualification or the TAE 40122 qualification, I'm available for a tutoring service. And if you're needing to contact me, you can contact me on the email tae40122.tutoring@gmail.com. If you've been watching this YouTube, my channel is On Target Work Skills, and please consider liking or making a comment or sharing, and importantly, subscribing. I'll be putting up new video all the time, and I'll hope you can keep on coming back and watching more. Thank you for watching.